Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. So in this video we're going to cover what it would take to get a $63 price or $67 price on Tesla stock. The reason why I came to this video is because I really like, challenging my thesis, and I went onto this website called tipranks.com, and then I saw that one certain analyst, we all know who that is, Mr. Gordon Johnsson. I wanted to know how you have to tweak the Tesla valuation model to get a 67 price target. Is it even possible? Why he gets such a valuation? And I got a very shocking answer. It's not only possible, the price can even go lower if certain things happen. It really surprised me, and I want to share this with you. And obviously, I want to share also what a $1,500 Tesla stock price mean, and how the thesis has to change so that it's 1,500. It's going to be a very interesting video. Please make sure you subscribe if you haven't. And if you want to get access to the valuations that I have done on this channel and all my stock price targets, then first link in the description box is a link to our Patreon. It's $5 a month and it greatly helps out the channel. And if you want to get access to the valuation models that we do on this channel and you want to play around with them yourself, you can go to the first link in the description. It's to our Patreon. It's $5 a month and you get access to all those, and you help out the channel and you earn my eternal gratitude. So let's get into this very interesting video. So this is the Tesla model that I believe in and that I've shared with you guys on the channel. And as I have discussed in many times, I want to invest into preferably 10 years, minimum 5 years into the future. And I love buying stocks that, you can just buy and forget and never have to worry about if they're going to go up, because you're so sure that's what's going to happen. I'm 100% invested into Palantir right now. So obviously Palantir is crazy high conviction for me. I have money that is on the way to the stock market that I'm investing with my dad. If the Tesla price stays at the current level, 100% of that money, it's about $30,000, is going to go into Tesla. Anything below, I don't know, 700 is a crazy price for this stock. I'm even hoping that I can buy it with a 5 in front of it. That would be crazy insane. As you know, the valuations have very much to do with the future and what you think about the stock. My price target for 2025 is a $2,078 price target. I'm aiming to get a 30% return per year, and for me to get this in 2025, the stock price has to be at or below $728 a share. So this is said based on the following thesis. So my key assumptions are that Tesla remains a very high growth company that commands a very high PE and a very high PEG multiple. Furthermore, that they don't need to advertise because they are able to sell through all the inventory and all the cars that they produce. And it's not so much a concern for me up to 2025, because we all know that they have the stated goal of producing 20 million cars. And if all the cars have an average sales price of $50,000, I just don't know if there is enough demand there in the world. Here you can see in the model that I'm also modeling how many cars they are producing. And currently we know that they are so backlogged on orders that Elon Musk was even thinking about, canceling the orders altogether, because, he doesn't think it's fair that people have to wait more than a year for their cars to be delivered. I really don't think that this is a problem, but once they're starting to produce 3.6 million, 4.6 million cars, I think they might have to start advertising, and this eats into their margin. Again, not a concern for me up until 2025, and in 2025, you obviously reevaluate. Then I believe that they will roll out FSD, and FSD is a product that is crazy scalable. It's almost 100% a margin because it's a software product. It's a SaaS product for them. Even if they have to start advertising, I believe that the FSD will offset in the margin destruction that the advertising does. In my model, I don't think anything with the robotaxi or the Tesla bots. Okay. So this is what's reflected in a $2,078 2025 Tesla price target. So I thought that for Gordon Johnsson to get this $67 Tesla price tag, that it was like impossible to get this. And where I got really shocked is that Tesla commands a very high PE. Currently their PE is 91 and the stock was 10% up since I made this. So probably their PE is over 100 again, which is a very, very high PE, especially for a company that is, close to $1 trillion in valuation. So obviously it's very needed for us that Tesla keeps on commanding this PE. And the reason why investors can justify this PE is because of the crazy growth that this company is, achieving. But what really shocked me is I thought that you would have to come to a zero growth, less margins, and you would still not get a stock price of $63 or $67. However, if you just lessen their growth to 10% per year, so the change here in this is obviously the projected growth is 10%. We are only looking at 2023 because these price targets that you see here they are a 12-month price target. I'm even giving it 18 months because it's like, the end of 2023. Keep that in mind. We took away the growth to 10%, right? So let's say that on top of the growth disappearing, we would have to have a margin distraction. So what could cause a margin distraction in Tesla? The margin distraction could come from obviously that they're not able to sell their cars. And then what do you do if you are not able to sell the cars that you're producing? You lower the price and you start advertising. So currently this is straight from their bookkeeping. They had an operating margin of 16% and an operating income of 8.3 billion. And I lessened their operating income to 10%. We have a share dilution at 3%. And then I said, okay, let's have a super pessimistic market environment on top of it, meaning that a PE to growth ratio, if they're growing 10%, let's give them a 1-to-1 PE to growth ratio. So they get a 10 PE. So a 10 PE is unheard of when it comes to Tesla. It's unheard of, when it comes to a lot of companies, but it's not unheard of when you look at, car companies. And here is the argument when you come into like, okay, is Tesla a car company or not a car company? Again, the purpose of this video is to, mentally do the gymnastics to see what it takes to get a $67 Tesla price target. And with all these changes, we come to a market cap of $65 billion, crazy, and a share price of $62. I was thinking that, okay, so this Gordon Johnsson must be making a 1-to-1 comparison between Ford and Tesla, and then you take out all the software components, and basically now this company at the $67 share price is valued the same as Ford. And this is where I got a second shock, because with this calculation, Gordon Johnsson is even giving credit to Tesla. And I have to show you what I mean. But before that, I just want to show you the thesis that is needed before we go to new price target. So for the 67 price target or 62 price target, what is needed is Tesla hits a ceiling in their cars, meaning that their back orders dry out. They're not really able to deliver more cars than they have been, and they come to a 10% growth. And to combat the slowdown, they need to significantly lessen their prices. They need to start advertising. Then in this model, also the FSD needs to completely not happen. Again, preferably for Gordon, it has to turn out to be a fraud or something, because when I watch YouTube videos, I see that the FSD is so far long into the process and there's more and more people doing it. And, I hear from, I think Elon did an interview when he said that many times when he uses it in the Bay Area, he does 0 interventions on the car. So there's no denying that the product is getting closer, it's getting better. So it's more like, when does it come, right? But again, for the $67 price target, you basically have to believe that it's never going to happen. You have to completely ignore the fact that they might go into the robotaxis. Again, with FSD, obviously it doesn't happen without FSD. And Tesla bots is completely out of the picture. So here's the other shocker. So again, I thought that this really bad price target must be a 1-to-1 comparison to Ford. And then I started looking at Ford. So here's the very interesting thing. You can look at the revenue growth of Ford and you see that, they have 10%, minus 1.3, 3.8, 1.5, 3.28, 2.27. So it's even significantly lower than the 10% that we gave to Tesla. So if I look at this, you know, I didn't do the exact math here, but I would have to say that the average is around 3%. So let's go ahead and change the growth to 3%, because now I want to make a one-to-one comparison with Ford. And here's the other thing. The margin of Ford is an eye-watering disaster. So I'm not an expert on Ford, but their bookkeeping is a bit tricky because this is their operating income before interest and expenses. It's nothing. If you do the math on 136 billion income to make 4.5 billion is a 3.3% margin. And then on top of it, they are paying 1.8 billion in interest. So if you look at that, it's about a 1.9% operating margin. It's nothing. And then here's the thing. Why are they paying interest? Because Tesla doesn't have any debt. You look at their balance sheet and you will find that they have total current debt of 90 billion and, you know, total long-term debt of 88 plus 29 billion. It's almost over $200 billion is debt on Ford's balance sheet. And they have cash reserves of 80 billion. Okay, Tesla has cash reserves of 20 billion. So Ford actually has more cash than Tesla. Tesla has zero debt. They have significantly more debt, which is very, very scary. If we want to make a one-to-one comparison, then let's change the operating margin to 3 and 3. And I just show you one last shocker. So here's the next shocker. We counted with a 10 PE. Ford has a PE of 4.59. So if I slap the same PE on Tesla, we get a market cap of 8.5 billion. Obviously, this is impossible because they have 20 billion in cash. So you would have to give the 20 billion cash, you know, you have to add it to this market cap. Then you would get, what would you get? You would get a 28 billion. Let me just add it for you. So if you add it back in, then you have a $27 share price. So I can't believe I'm saying it, but Gordon Johnsson is actually giving credit to Tesla. So even if he thinks it's $67 a share price, he's still saying that they 3x more valuable than Ford because of, we don't know what, I guess because they don't have debt and, you know, they do have, I don't know why he thinks that, but I can't believe that even the worst prediction on Tesla, the stock price is a much better valuation than Ford has currently. So basically nobody is valuing Tesla as a car company. Let me know in the comments what you thought. I really enjoy doing these mental gymnastics because it's very interesting to see, you know, when analysts say price targets, like what does it actually mean and how are they thinking and how are they getting these numbers? Obviously, I think it's crazy unreal. You know where I stand on Tesla. Let me know in the comments what you think about Tesla. I really hope that the price will soon, because of headwinds, we'll get a 5 in front of it. Thank you for watching. Please make sure you're subscribed and I will see you in the next video. Ciao, ciao.